Howdy folks, I'm Mama Cass and welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. I am just getting some gloves out because we're going to try some UV resin for the first time. Ugh. So I've got a mask on, like PPE, personal protective wear or equipment. So I put my gloves on because UV is not something you want, or resin is not something you want to get on your hands. And the problem with the mask is it's steaming up my glasses somewhat. Right, so I brought all of this stuff and now I'm going to try using it for the first time. So what we're going to mould first, let me have a look in my moulds box. I kind of want to do the little dragons for the dragon eggs. Like we'll fill the dragon eggs with epoxy resin, like the two mix epoxy resin with this little cute cup. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking that at the moment. I'll get a couple of these out in case we need to use them. Whew. So, like, because we're using the UV stuff today, and we're really just like wanting to learn how to use it really. So I'm going to do some of the smaller moulds that I've got and see what we can come up with. Whew. I do not like wearing masks. I struggle to breathe as it is. We'll do some of these ones. Should we do some of them? Might do a little dolphin. That'll be left for a side piece in case we like have excess, because we probably will. I'm not really a measurer type of person. Callie is aware of my breathing because of wearing the mask, so she's come over to have a look at what's going on. So we've got all these lovely little moulds that I'm going to try. We'll do as many as we can while we've got good enough light. I'm not sure yet if this light is going to affect the resin. It could well do. If it does, we can only do this under natural sunlight, which is just dusk at the moment. So we won't have long. We will have a little look at see what we can do. I think that's enough for now. I don't want to overdo it on my first go. I just really want to learn like what it does, how it works, and then we'll go on to the more complicated stuff in a little while. I'm going to put this aside because although I really do want to make this, it's one of the bigger ones. So I'm going to start out with these really small things. See the gorgeous little, can you see the things? Little octopuses, squid. So, and these are little goldfish. All different size fishies. So, I really don't know what I'm doing to start off with. Let's have a look. We've got some of the coloured UV resin already, so I'm going to use these for now, and then we will go on to blending some colours after. I do have some glitters and colours over here. I might try one of the Chameleon powders. Should we dust some of the Chameleon powder into some of the moulds, do you think? I might do that on the goldfish. Maybe on the squid as well. What colour are squids though? They're like blue. They're not really a colour, are they? They're more clear. There is a white one. let's do that for the goldfish. That for the squid, maybe. I just want them to be quite majestic. We could do some goldfish that colour. We'll do that by painting onto the moulds first. And then pour the resin in. We'll pour clear resin into that. And then we'll do some with the glittery ones. And then we've got some coloured ones in here. But be careful not to let these get affected by the UV. Sorry for the deep breathing. I do have lung disease. It's not very easy for me to breathe with a mask on, but it's better than breathing in resin. That's my main concern, is why I'm testing resin first, UV first, because I'm not sure how the resin's going to affect my breathing, and I know that the resin is dry and thus doesn't stay in the environment for as long, whereas epoxy has to dry over like a 24-hour period. So I hope you can all hear me well anyway. I do have these lovely little sequins as well. And we've got some glow-in-the-dark ones here as well, which I could do with the sea creatures as well. We'll get to playing like that in a little while. I want to try just getting used to it, okay? So we've got the UV clear there. And then we've got the colours. I'll put the colours over here for now, and then we'll remove them before we start with the lighting. But I am concerned that this light might affect it. So let's try painting up a couple of moulds first. We'll start with the squid. So I use one of these little micro tip applicators. That'll get right in, won't it? Because it is a tiny little mould. And then I've got these to help. Okay. Oh, not another cover. I know that they're good for covers, but it's a nightmare. Go, stop. Callie. Callie is a bit of a control freak in the household, aren't you, Callie? Okay. I believe these are flowers, but we will find out as we do them. So look. You get a good... Okay, let's have a look. If only I could just zoom in and stuff, but I'll end up messing up my phone if I do so. Let's go in and do all of them. And we can choose what we want to use when we get to making a little seascape. Which I've got like little shells and stuff. I'm excited to try. Okay. You see the colour shift. Wow. It's going to be fascinating. Oh, I'm getting too much of it everywhere, but I don't think it matters too much. Not with this particular job anyway. Wow. Oops. I'm getting it everywhere. I'm trying to show you up close, but I think it's probably better to zoom in. It's so little, tiny little threads coming off of here, so we'll see how it works out. I think a little bit of clear showing won't be a bad thing because they kind of are clear, aren't they? I'm adding this because I want colour effect, like the Chameleon powder effect. We can go in with a clean one of these micro tip things to wipe off any excess if we think it's going to be an issue. Or like on the other mould where it's dropped in, although it might be interesting to leave it and see what it does. Oops, I put a bit too much in there. Very small holes. Please don't excuse me. Very heavy breathing. I'm not having the best day for breathing anyway. My lovely Boo had a stroke this week and has been in hospital. He's just come home. So I've, of course, stress, worry, anything like that tends to trigger my breathing problems, which is just great, isn't it? And I'm trying not to let him be too fussed, because obviously we're trying to keep him nice and calm at the moment, and he's the important one. So yeah, I've been handling a bit of stress and worry, and my breathing's just a bit whack from it. It's to be expected. That's part of life. With lung disease, we know it happens, and I'm okay. I'll be okay. Especially now he's home, I can relax a little bit more. As long as he doesn't go rushing off to run marathons or anything. In the next couple of days, I'll be calm. I'm pretty much a calm person by nature. I have my moments sometimes. If you fuck with me, then I tend to go off a bit. But if you treat me with respect, I'm pretty much a calm-natured woman. I don't really freak out easily. Mostly because I've learned not to. As a single mother, first and foremost. You know, you freak out and the kids freak out when you're a single mum. But then, as a lung disease patient, I've learnt to keep my calm under a lot of stress, actually. If you know, you know. The stress I've been through online and still managed to keep my breathing going and not lose my rag. I mean, they've really pushed every button at times trying to get me to snap, and I'm still here. I'm still going strong, and I have a pretty good life considering everything I've got going on. I'm working out. I've improved my lung function a bit by myself by working out. I've improved my general health by losing weight. I didn't expect to fall in love with anyone ever. I haven't wanted or expected to fall in love for a very, very long time. So it's kind of sweet going through it, although it's scary too. Kind of feel like a young girl again, not sure what I'm doing. But it's fun and, you know, it's nice. Let's go with, I'm going to put all these away so they stop distracting and getting spilt on. Right, so we'll do clear resin with this, yeah? Shall I try it with clear resin, I think? And then if I want to get the, because you get a lot of the colour shift with black or white. So we'll mix a little black or white, or is there black or white in here? I think there might be a black and white in here. I can find them. I need to stack these in a little, oh, I could use one of my thingies. Right, that's a white. I think the white might be best to back it, right? So should I do it with white, or should I go in with clear first and then white? Let's try clear first and then we'll do white, yeah? Just because I'm excited to try a little bit of everything. We need this to take it into all the little areas. So let's try the clear, and we'll do a tiny little layer of clear, if I can be that careful, because my hands are shaky. We'll try the little layer of clear, UV it, and then we'll try. Can you see properly? What am I doing? Yeah. Okay. Oh, look at that. Tiny little dribble comes out and that's filled it up straight away. So, it's really hard to see with this mask on because of my glasses. Right. Maybe I'm supposed to fill the whole mould and let them cut these out or something, I don't know. Let's try them clear for now. There's no way I'm going to get a white on the back of that. Let's try again. Maybe I should do it like a dip on there and then dip it in, do you think? Let's try it like this in a little, got one of these little silicone pots. We'll do a dribble and then we'll work from that to get it into the mould, yeah? Let's see. It's very hard to see what I'm doing. I might have mentioned that already. This is my first time ever doing resin art, guys, so bear with me. I am learning. I have been watching people all over the internet that I've never seen before, trying to understand all the little basics of resin art. I'm getting there. But I do like to really know what I'm doing before I start. I'm like, I learned how to soap make for about a year before I actually made soap. I don't know if this is going to work. Got a feeling it's not going to go into those tiny little grooves. And if it does, it's going to have like splodges. Really. Now that's got less in it, and you could probably put some white in the back. Okay, that's better. I think you kind of need the white or black background to really show off the colour shifts. Wow, it's very hard to imagine that it's going to go into those little canals because they're very tiny, look. So small. I'm filming. Let's try going from the lip ledges backwards. This one's not quite so like thin canaled. Oh, yeah. Now that one will look better, I think. A little drop more. Just drag it around slightly into those little channels. Wow. Now this is probably more fiddly than I should have started with. So that made my job harder for me. But, you know, I do like to throw myself into these things. Just going to go over that bit. It's all too fine, so I'm just going to give it a clear backing. Hopefully it won't be too bad. You feel me? Oh, there we go. little work. I mean, I could probably do one of those magnifying glasses over my eyes, because I have not got good vision at all, even with my glasses on, because I've got very focal vision, like, you know, both. So I need to go and get new glasses, actually. But yeah, I think I could do a magnifying shield to wear while I'm doing this, because it's real hard to see this stuff. You just about see the little lines, but keeping it in it when it's that narrow is almost impossible. Let's just fill them with clear for now and not worry about a white backing. If we feel like we need to try it with a white, we'll do it with a white next. But I think I'll learn something from doing it with a clear, don't you? Considering I've never done it before. From what I can gather, UV's like easier but more expensive and quicker. Great for the little bits like this, like little very delicate bits. And then when you're doing the bigger items, you really want to go with the epoxy mix, which we will do soon. I'll show both in the coming weeks. Going to be working on lots of resin projects because I have been waiting and waiting to get into it. And now once I've started, I won't want to stop. See if I can just drip a bit into a couple of these, see if it does go into the little lines. See that bubble? Dangling them up slightly as long as they're not hollow at the back. I don't know if that's working for this bit here. I don't know if my light is setting it up. I think it might be. But anyway, that's some of that. Let's wipe that off. I didn't use any mould release spray, which I probably should have. Let's wipe that off because it's got some chameleon colour on it. We didn't use the colour. Put them up there out the way so as they can't get affected by the light. Just until I get used to stuff, and then I'll know what my light can be, you know. Right, so we'll go with a quick click of this to get rid of any bubbles that I can spot. So I'll definitely introduce some. There we go. Whew. Can we see any bubbles? It looks pretty cool to me. Now, I've got my UV light over here. I do have a little one just there as well, but like that would just set quick. Ouch. Let's try this over here. I don't know if that lighter's too strong for what I'm doing or what. But we'll find out, no doubt. Okay, there's my little resin light. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get everything settled because obviously I've got all new stuff here. I just realised what I'd done. I've set it down on that. It's lucky I put the stuff on it, isn't it? Oh my god. See, that shows my lack of... Right, I will get used to doing this stuff eventually. Hang on, baby. Okay, let's see. Where's the light? Oh, I did it again, man. Why am I so stupid? It's lucky that I have covered it all. Okay. I need to put it on like an acrylic sheet or something. Now I think I took out most of the fucking... We'll see. We'll see. I need to get an acrylic sheet to pass it, like sit it on. So it's stuff on sliding them out. I have got one somewhere. I've got anything in here. I'll have to find it another time because I'm too out of breath to be moving about. But should we go upside down and try a little bit more? I think they're ready. You can see because they kind of come away from the mould. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look. I mean, it is like you have to... Wow. Multiple in there. I'm going to have to find a place to keep all these on to use on future projects. Let's get a box. One of these little boxes will do it. That's so cute. How adorable. So there's some little, there's the legs of the, or whatever they're called, of the big one. See, it didn't join up, which is because I probably put the thing over the top of it, so next time we'll be aware of that. But as I say, I need to get some acetate to lay it on. Any packaging would do, really. How cute is it? I think you get more of a colour shift with a white background, or black background to be fair, with the Chameleon powders. I actually have thousands of mica powders from soap making, so we'll see. At first, we're just going to have a little play. How cute! So that's the octopus mould, and I'm going to bring you back for my next little trial. That's a little part of one that didn't stick together. That's okay though, this is just learning. Never done it before. Oh my god, that one worked very well. Look at that. So cute. Let me turn this light off because okay. Thanks for joining me for my first ever little try, because I've still got a lot to learn yet and play with. But that's my first ever little try of resin art with the octopus mould. How cute is that? I'm planning to do a seascape thing in future, so they will be used then, whichever ones are ideal anyway. We'll keep that to the side for everything that we make that's really little like this. I'll just wipe this down. I turned the light on instead of turning it off. Okay, so yeah, we just wipe these over. They come up quite clean. If you need to, use a little tiny bit of rubbing alcohol to get the micas off. Although be careful with alcohol on your moulds, because they do have a little tendency to melt if you're not careful. But yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. That's my first ever experiment in resin art, and I am definitely about to continue on and make some more videos with you of resin art. How much fun can we have? I know, I've got to watch out for the light. We will learn as we go, and I hope you will join me for my new craft. Much love, guys. Breathe easy. See you again soon. Bye.